Great question here. How can you manage maintaining process practices with high workforce attrition? Well, there's a couple parts. I mean, one is the root cause, the high workforce attrition. How can you address that? Because that is a strain on the company, on the leader. Is there a way that you can just approve more budget, more bonuses, more whatever it is to address why there is so much attrition? Because that's going to bog you down no matter what. But let's say that for now, that is something that you can't address, although I think that is the priority. You want to try to minimize workforce attrition, get approval for more budget or whatever it takes to keep people around. But if you have to deal with workforce attrition, high workforce attrition, then documenting is very important. But it has to be in a fun way, a way that's easy to digest. Because if you give, if there's high workforce attrition, you got a handbook that's that thick, they're not going to get through it anyway. So hopefully you've got at least a couple senior people in that role that they can shadow and really learn things. You can have maybe boil it down to like a 10 commandments of this job, like some really key things that from day one they can figure it out, and then the extra things they could build onto. But yeah, it's got to be easy to digest if they're not sitting around very long. Like, what are your core values? What are the things they absolutely cannot do? Like with URComped with the host, it's like one thing you cannot do not overpromise something. Do not guarantee that somebody's going to get something if you don't know 100% for sure it's approved. Like we had a host in the past, oh yeah, you'll get airfare. Airfare wasn't approved, and then out of pocket, we had to pay for the airfare. So that was something that never do anything unless it's already been approved. So what are the super costly mistakes? Make sure that's drilled into them. What are the 5 to 10 things that they must do? And then you can have just like an FAQs or something a little thicker for as they stick around longer, they can learn the nuances, and hopefully they're observing some, rock star reps that they can watch from. And then again, circling back to the beginning, see what you can do to increase the budget so you can keep your best performers and not have to deal with the attrition anymore.